Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. Lots of news today coming out of the Alberto Del Rio and WWE camp. Basically, WWE went after Alberto Del Rio on Twitter saying, well, maybe not even Del Rio, but basically going after the fans, sending them things saying that Alberto Del Rio shouldn't have been released, and just complaining about it, saying basically don't send your complaints to @WWE, send them to whatever Alberto Del Rio's Twitter is. Just saying that basically he held himself very unprofessional, and basically the only reason why he is released is because of his actions. The story that came out yesterday is that he went after an @WWE.com writer, slapping him in the face, and even if that is the case, I mean, I know that this was a long time ago, but it never was like, you know, WWE went public with the story of Nails going after Vince McMahon, attacking him in the back. The WWE.com Twitter account basically is very corporate. I mean, they go along with what's going on in the show. They tweet about that. They tweet about sales at the shopzone.com and other things like that, but never they ever use that to go after somebody. It was already talk of the town yesterday, just the way that WWE.com put the Alberto Del Rio story out there. Some people were saying this might be some sort of an angle with Del Rio being fired, much like when The Miz and R-Truth were fired for only for them to come back and keep interrupting the show before they had to do the match against The Rock and John Cena at Survivor Series. But if you go in and you look at the story, basically they didn't wish him well in his endeavors, and they made it the top story. That was one of the main reasons, that they people were thinking that. Honestly, in my mind, it is a little weird. I don't think this is an angle. I mean, I don't really know how they would do it unless Alberto Del Rio might be getting added into this new nation group, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But then again, Owen Hart being added to the Nation of Domination really didn't make much sense to go along with that either. I guess there is going to be more to come on this story. It would make sense to me if maybe Alberto Del Rio was talked about during the Triple H video that normally comes out on Wednesdays, the sit-down interview with Michael Cole. Maybe they asked him about the release of Alberto Del Rio, and he released it. But to me, honestly, when guys like Kurt Hawkins and who else got released back then, all that big group of people that got released on D-Day, WWE.com didn't really tweet about any of those things, basically, or respond to any of the fans complaining about the wrestlers getting released, like Evan Bourne saying that basically he was held down for 2 years, and basically he's a really good wrestler, and they didn't really let him show his skills. But I do think this is weird. I mean, the last time I can remember anybody, being sort of trash talked on their way out was Bret Hart, and that ended up being a real big story. So I think that maybe this will be a story where more things come out along the way, with Del Rio being released, and we'll have to see what those things are. But it's getting a little frisky over there. Let's see what's going on.